rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
That's right. Another day, a little bit of news, and a lot of excitement around this Chicago Bears team. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat, the designer, back at it again. Mr. Meat himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
What up, what up?
A lot to get into on today's episode, as ESPN predicting the Chicago Bears go out and make a trade that I don't think is worth it. And the name attached to it makes that so interesting in my mind, but we got to break that down. Also got to take a look at, of course, this upcoming game. Bears getting some names back on this defensive line potentially. That could be some massive help at the right time. And, of course, on a Thursday, we got to give you our 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the New Orleans marching band.
Yeah, the Saints Oak marching in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the date is 10/16/2025. It's 7:08 in the morning. And Jordan JC.
Yeah.
I need another Sunday win.
That'd be nice. I'm kind of getting used to it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, victory videos have been fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, victory week.
Nothing like a victory video. You know what I mean? Nothing like a victory week. Nothing like just going, I don't know what news to talk about because we're winning so much. Whoa. Why is everything with us head shakes and just clown voices?
Hey.
Bang, bang, Shabansky.
Bang, bang, Yabansky from yesterday was hilarious. Oh, my God.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. A show of love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push a button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page, man. Big shout out to you guys for showing love as you always do. JC, how you doing, my boy?
Oh, feeling a little bang, bang, Yabansky-ish today.
No.
Very good. Feeling very good, very good. Yes. All the vibes are just good right now. I'm on a high. I mean, the Bears are winning. You got Troy Aikman out here taunting us and, Caleb trolling them back. It's all good vibes for me.
Fam, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like, the Troy thing has gone too far now. Like, now people are like, I never liked Troy. He's been horrible. Troy's fine. It's just, it felt a little personal, and now knowing that Caleb didn't have his meeting with him. You know what I mean?
What was that about? He was like, I tried reaching out to him, but we just couldn't contact each other.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
And I will never begrudge a player who couldn't get to the phone because he was working out. Or because he was in the building putting in work. I couldn't talk to Troy Aikman. Shut up. Troy, get out of here crying. I'm sick of it.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Troy, you were out there competing against Bang Bang Shabansky. That's how long ago you were in the league.
Oh,
hey, man, let's jump into it. No disrespect to Trey.
Oh,
Trey's a dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ever since Michael Irving went on his weird rant, I've been watching like old Dallas Cowboy clips. And
oh, yeah.
A lot of it was just, let me just throw this mug down there to Michael. But it is funny to see Trey.
He had a great weapon, of course.
Yeah, well, a couple of them. Shout out to him, if you know what I mean. Let's jump into the show here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. ESPN dropped this trade that they thought potentially could be beneficial to both sides. And you know what, Jordan JC? I don't know if I'm here for it. They said a change of scenery gamble. The Chicago Bears make a trade with the Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
Vegas just don't hit the same. They trade Braxton Jones.
Okay.
And they receive edge Tyree Wilson, who has not hit in
Really?
Vegas as of yet. And this is a change of scenery. Try to make these guys better. They talked about the potential of upgrade for Braxton Jones, where he's going to a Vegas team that has Colton Miller right now, or who is going to be without Colton Miller right now, who suffered that ankle injury earlier in the season. Stone Forsythe has been terrible at left tackle and has basically allowed Geno to get his head taken off. Remember, this is a Pete Carroll team that, to me, he wants to win right now. That's why you go get Geno Smith, but you haven't had the protection for Geno, and Geno just has kind of sucked. So there's that as well. So improving the protection, maybe it takes some of the suck down for Geno. Write your own joke there. Said Vegas similarly would be sending away another former disappointing first round pick in Wilson, who simply hasn't developed into a starting caliber player since being drafted with the 7th pick in 2023. Even after Malcolm Kuntz missed all of the 2024 season with an ACL tear, the Antonio Pierce regime was willing to use Wilson only 50% of the defensive snaps a year ago, and Pete Carroll has him so far this season being used only on 42% of the snaps. And I mean, listen, I know our pass rush is bad. Tyree Wilson has not been a great pass rusher. He's been much better in the run than he has been in the past. But dare I say, JC, with the conversation of left tackle, we know left tackles are worth a lot more in this NFL than the average player. Braxton Jones being somebody who can start, Braxton Jones being somebody who you can put out there, and I'm not going to say not worry about, but who you can say, hey, this young man absolutely can get you through a game. Is it going to be perfect? Is it going to be everything you hope for? No, that's why we moved on from him. But this is a young man that has started multiple seasons for the Chicago Bears, who has had a lot of good tape, who's had some down tape as well. I actually think you could get more for Braxton Jones. Am I tweaking on that? Like, Tyree Wilson is interesting. I'm not going to say he's not 25-year-old edge, hasn't panned out. Maybe getting with Dennis Allen could unlock some of that for him. But I truly feel like there's not enough good left tackles in the NFL for you to be coming out of this with just Tyree Wilson, who I guess he improves your run game this season, but you're going to have to do a ton of development with him. You kind of got a bunch of developmental pieces on your team already.
This is I'm on the fence with this one, Pat, because as you're talking, I'm trying to figure out why in the world would we even get more value for Braxton Jones. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you first started out talking, I thought you were gonna say they were gonna send back like a 5th round pick and we were just gonna be okay with it. You're telling me that we can get back a 1st round talent that was picked 7th in the draft? I understand he has not panned out, but the potential there, the value that you might be getting in the ceiling that we might be getting in a Tyree Wilson, where sometimes all it takes is a change of scenery. Sometimes all it takes is you pairing him up with the right defensive coordinator and the right schemes and the right players around him. And I mean, this would be a good team. This would be a good fit, I believe, for a Tyree Henry. I liked him.
Tyree Henry?
Who's Tyree? I'm sorry, Tyree Wilson. Sorry about that.
Tyree Henry, brother of Derrick Henry. He's also 7 inches taller.
Tyree Henry from Tyree Wilson, I think, would be a really good pickup if you're talking about letting go of Braxton Jones. Sure, that's one of their needs, but I mean, we already know the ceiling of Braxton Jones.
100%.
And so, despite what they need, he's only going to be what he is. He's not going to transform into this elite left tackle all of a sudden because he's changing scenery. And so if you're talking about getting back a quote unquote failed 1st round pick, a top 1st round pick, please, with all due respect, I'll take that. And I think that is the ceiling for the value that you're getting for Braxton. Again, I don't think you can do better than that. If you think we can do better than that, please tell me what other team will be willing to give you a prospect or a potential draft pick that for his first couple of years has not really panned out. But I mean, the potential is still there for him to be really good.
Listen, how many times have we gambled on the potential of guys at this point?
I agree. I agree.
To me, I'm in the go get a draft pick market. We got Tyree Wilson at home. I have a young 20. I have a young 25-year-old player. How old is he? I have a young 20-something-year-old player who I need to see more pass rush. A 26-year-old player who I need to see more pass rush out of, who can set the edge, who's solid in the run game, but isn't good enough of a pass rusher that I already need to develop. I got that on this team.
Well, hey, get you some depth then. Get another one of those guys.
I think here's my thing. The tackle position brings a certain value in itself.
I get it.
And I just realized my camera is completely out of focus. Sweet Jesus.
Oh, there you go. Get that good picture.
Really zoomed in.
Whoa. We don't want to see the crack in your eyes there, man. That's scary. Please, fans,
there
please
it
avert
is.
your eyes.
Yeah. Gaze into my eyes.
Oh, boy. Are you still good?
There we go. I think that when you look at Braxton Jones, is Braxton Jones, going to be elite talent? No, he's not.
Not at all.
Do I think that Braxton Jones still brings left tackle value? I do. And I think that tackle value holds more value. Like, if you told me we could get a 4th round pick for Braxton Jones, 100%.
Yeah, but does that 4th round pick equate to what Tyreek Wilson could potentially be as a 1st rounder?
But see, here's the thing. We keep saying potentially be as a 1st rounder. He's been in the NFL for 3 years. He hasn't made the field. They don't have any other good pass rushers.
Look,
like, I think if the talent is there, and I'm not saying a change of scenery doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I would rather you trade for a player who's already really good at something and maybe has less value than Tyree Wilson, then go out there and get the same player again. And it feels like that's what the Bears keep doing. Hey, we got the potential. There's this upside. There's this, maybe you could turn them into something. Maybe you can. But can we turn Dio Dangbo into something first? Because we paid him $18 million.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that Tyree Wilson brings value in right now is the run game. And maybe
actually is where we need help.
I mean, listen, maybe there is a help there. I'm not saying that that's not something valuable, but I would say it's probably the same level that Dio Dangbo brings. And one of these guys you paid $18 million to.
Didn't Tyree Wilson get the sack on us when we played them? Didn't he record a sack? Outside of
you may be correct on that.
Tyree Wilson actually recorded a sack in the
you mean,
Raiders.
Hey, probably the one where Ben Johnson went, you know what, Braxton? The fact that he just pushed you over is that's enough. Come on,
is that the one that got him?
Yeah, he did get a sack. Got a sack against us.
Yeah. That was there. There goes your performance. There goes your performance right there. I don't know. I just think that yes, you are banking on potential, and the potential is something that we already have on this line. I do agree with that. That you paid Dio. You got Austin Booker that could potentially be coming back. We talked about his potential as well and how he's been a preseason warrior, but has he showed anything in the regular season yet? And so you got a slew of names on this line where it's like, yes, the development matters, but I just think if you're talking about the value of Braxton Jones, I understand the value of left tackle could go further in this league, and that it does probably warrant you a 4th or maybe even a 3rd round pick. But I just think that people kind of know Braxton Jones' ceiling. And so if a team is that needy, that desirable for someone like him, you're still only going to get so much back, despite the position, despite the value of his position. And so that's where I bank on the potential being better than getting a 4th round pick, because in my opinion, when you pair up the 4th round value versus a Tyree Wilson and what he already could potentially be giving you, I think that outweighs that, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't know. To me, it would be good if you just added more depth to this defensive line and continue to have Dennis Allen just get eyes on him and say, hey, maybe there's something that we need to clean up in the way you do rush the passer. that you're not doing, that the Saints, didn't necessarily recognize, or rather the Raiders didn't recognize. And so that's where I see it as, like, you got to pair them up with the right, coaching, the right people in the building to probably get the most out of them. And I think coming here would do that. So
I also think you got to take into account, right? The same thing we're saying about Tyree Wilson is probably the same thing that other teams are saying about Braxton Jones. Like, I get it. Like, our view of him is bottomed out.
yeah,
It's like, listen, he's not good enough. Get him off the field. We have something better, which is true. I think Theo Benedict is better. I think that you can go out there and win with Theo Benedict, and he didn't get pushed over outside of one time, which sometimes it's going to happen. It just shouldn't happen anytime.
Right.
Or every time, I guess is the right way to say it. But to me, right, like, another offensive line coach looking around going, I tell you what, like, there's some upside to this kid. He's got the intangibles. You just need to work on the technique. How often do coaches do that? How often do coaches shoot themselves in the foot in that situation because it's, oh, well, I can get the most out of them. I can get that little bit of extra out of them that we really need. And listen, Braxton has been much worse this season, coming off of an injury, than what we've seen of him in previous seasons. But I truly feel like if you moved off of Braxton Jones, it could be similar to like when the Bears moved off of Charles Leno Jr., right? Everybody was losing their minds. Oh, no,
Right.
we lost Charles Leno Jr. And has Charles Leno Jr. been great?
I wasn't saying
No.
that.
Has he been solid? Sure. Do I think that Braxton Jones could come back and be a solid player on the left side? Sure. Because his ceiling is a solid player. So to me, I feel like with that in mind, right, like the same thing we're saying about Tyree Wilson, I think you could say, listen, this kid has tremendous upside. He's 26 years old. You're not going to have to pay him through the nose because he has, I mean, he's on the downside of his value right now. Like, or not the downside of his value, but like his game was down this season. So you're not going to have to pay him through the nose. And if you develop him for minimal money, you can get a solid left tackle for cheap.
I guess we'll see how it pans out. I'm of the ilk that, if you want to get maximized value for someone like Braxton, you do go that route. But again, I'm open to anything being given back. If you're talking about a 4th round pick or 3rd round pick coming back, then that would tickle my ears. I do agree that a lot of other teams probably will value Braxton Jones probably more than we do. Everybody always thinks that they can get the most out of other players that seemingly have hit their ceiling, and that's where I am with Tyree Wilson technically. And so on the other side of it, maybe the Raiders would feel like, oh, okay, we bring Braxton in, we can turn him into an elite left tackle. Yeah. We'll see. But I guess the potential for a trade does sound good because, as you mentioned, we have found someone in Theo Benedict that has taken over that left tackle role and seemingly has more potential there than Braxton.
Yeah, no, we'll see what ends up happening there. I think it'll be intriguing to see what the Bears are able to do, if they are able to move on from Braxton Jones at all. And if you should, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, who else playing left tackle?
I like him as a backup. I told you that already.
I like him as a backup. Like, I don't know who else is playing left tackle on this team. Like, I get it. You may have to throw Ozzie in there. You may have to throw I mean, I guess you got Luke Newman, but like Luke Newman's more of a guard than anything, guard and center. Like I don't think you got a left hand. Ryan Bates, hey, he's still on the team in theory. Boy. I forgot Ryan Bates was on this team till I just said that. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you think the Chicago Bears should be making a move for Braxton Jones? He used to be a starter. Used to be a part of the In My Room team over there. Remember that?
That's crazy.
He was on Bended Knee. He was
Bended Knee.
God give me the reason I'm down on bended knee. I can't block for Caleb's back. I'll never block again. No, I'm sorry. Appreciate y'all tuning in to show love as always.
Recruiting is a path of desire.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Go keep this thing moving along because the Bears do get some good news on the defensive pass rush per Courtney Cronin. I want to talk about that coming up next. But first, we do have to take a second to listen into our sponsors over at Aura.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Welcome back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show Love as always. Man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Just got done talking about, had a stroke there, a potential trade between the Bears and the Raiders that ESPN put out there. Shout out to Bill Barnwell on that one. I think you're full of garbage. Or your take. I shouldn't say you. You're a fine reporter. I think your take is full of garbage on that one. I think there's a little more value to bring. I know that, because here's the thing. I just know us as Bears fans, like when we're done with a player, we'd be like, like for Zach LaVine, like everybody was like, just get rid of him. I'll take a second round pick at this point. It was like, well, that's bad. Like, you do that. Now I'm slapping somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Kyle Tucker. Well, we won't touch on that just yet. Still a little sore point for you guys. By the way, JC, what were your thoughts on the Pope dissing the Cubs yesterday?
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh.
Move right
Cappy.
along. I'm going to act like I didn't see that.
Cappy, was he a Jag?
Yeah.
Was he a child? Cappy?
Yeah. Not going to call the Pope that, are you, Cap? I will say that. He's not going to call him that.
Cappy is Jewish, so he might not care that much. Just start a religious war. Cappy just starts a religious war.
That would be crazy.
He is a child. He is a Jag. Whoa, relax. But no, man. Let's get back into the show, man.
To the Sox.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. The Sox and the Lord. As we keep this thing moving along, Chicago Bears, I know what the injury report says. Remember, Wednesday's injury report is just an estimation of what their designation will be. Remember, last time we did the Thursday injury report because of the Monday night game. And by the time we looked at it, it looked like multiple people had been shot. A couple of people had been thrown off at the top of Hallis Hall.
This guy's dead.
And that this guy was dead. Exactly. Didn't cross him off the list. But we did hear from Courtney Cronin yesterday that it seems like this is going to be a week where Grady Jarrett will return to the Chicago Bears lineup, that he should be good to go by the time we get to the New Orleans Saints game. Very excited to add that back into a pass rush that is continuing to improve. And I know, again, listen, not enough pressure on the quarterback versus Jaden Daniels, but I do wonder if we have to say the pressure was there, but you weren't able to catch the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very slippery.
You know what I mean? There was pressure around Jaden, but Jaden hit you with one of them. Whoop whoop whoop! Hey, watch yourself. Hey, and then all of a sudden he's streaking down the side. Like literally on one play, Big Bill has him. Montez has him. He makes a move, and they saw each other in half, and it's just like
Yeah, no, Big Bill was not catching him after
Big
one
Bill,
move.
340 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
he can't move
he
like
not
that,
switching.
bro.
He not switching directions that quick.
He can't move like that. And Lil Bill out here, we had a Bill on Bill crime. Lil Bill hit him with the Big Bill. Hey, he was standing there. He couldn't even move. He just stood there and put his arms out. And he was like, "I got you." Dang it!
That's all I got for you. I'm sorry.
But I think it'll be good to get Grady Jarrett back. And one thing that I like about this is this will probably be, again, he's never going to be fully healthy this season, but this will probably be the first time where you see him at his healthiest during the season. He's been dealing with his knee injury pretty much since week 1.
Yeah.
He played through it week 2 and week 3. Week 4, you had the bye week. Week 5, week 5, you had the bye week because he didn't play in Vegas. Week 5, you had the bye week. Week 6, they gave him a rest. So essentially, what are we at this point? About 5 weeks of rest? No, week 4, week 5, week 6, and this week 4 weeks of rest. Leading up to this game. So to me, I think that this is one where you feel a lot better about the potential of getting Grady Jarrett back in there and actually having him healthy and ready to go. How do you think that's going to affect a pass rush that I thought actually improved a little bit yesterday?
Yeah, I thought that against the Commanders, you saw them get pressure. There were multiple times that I was impressed with them getting in the backfield, but of course, with the mobility that Jaden shows you, he's just very elusive. He's Caleb-like when it comes to that whoop, 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 that Flintstone-like movement and just slithers his way out of pressure. And so getting a guy like Grady back on that line okay, got you. Getting a Grady Jarrett back to kind of implement more of that pressure up the middle and to be a voice, also to be that veteran presence on the line. You know what he brings, as Pat has always said, 40% of 100% of Grady Jarrett, or is it the other way around? 100% of 40% of Grady Jarrett is what you want on the field. And so the fact that he's gotten a lot of rest, the fact that, he's on the mend, did not practice Wednesday, but that's someone that you look forward to seeing. And of course, I'm sure that he himself wants to be out there. Grady Jarrett is a warrior. You've seen a couple of players kind of fight through injury. We just talked about the injury report, having DJ Moore on it as well. We know what's going on with him, but having Grady back there, then of course also having, I believe Austin Booker was a potentially. Yeah. That's another person on the defensive line that I think can obviously give some supposed pass rush pressure as well that you can add to this line. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Let's have the Austin Booker conversation for Bears fans out here, because guys, I get it. We do this to ourselves with certain players. Y'all remember Daniel Braverman?
I do remember Daniel Braverman.
Probably because you thought he deserved a shot.
I do. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and then he got his shot.
And he didn't do
And then we instantly realized Daniel Braverman didn't deserve a shot, and this kid can't play at an NFL level. Now, again, y'all know I'm high on Book.
Right?
He was a wide receiver.
Wide receiver, right. Yeah.
Y'all know I was high on Book. I thought Book had the skill set. I thought Book had the talent. But you have to be put in the right position. I don't know if Dennis Allen is going to put Austin Booker in these positions that you guys think he's going to be put in. He is 6'6", 245 pounds. I've been telling y'all the entire time, Dennis Allen doesn't like small defensive ends. They don't fit his system, which means Austin Booker has to go out there, not versus second string, not versus backups,
mm-hmm.
not versus The third string is to go out there versus starting caliber left tackles and right tackles and make a name for himself. We have not seen him do that. He played during games last season. Which was your favorite play? Like, here's the thing. My point is he has to overcome a defensive coordinator who already doesn't believe that you're a fit for my defense.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that many shots at bites at the apple a game. I would expect him to play maybe on 40% of the snaps. So now in 40% of the snaps, you have to go out there and prove.
You got to prove yourself. Yeah.
That you are better than the guy that's ahead of you. Now, if he does that, it is what it is. It's nothing. But Austin Booker probably played about 35 to 40% of the snaps last year and wasn't able to prove it in those situations. I get it, right? He flashed in preseason. He flashed in preseason last year. Like, you have to see, like, I think Bears fans are setting themselves up to be a little disappointed in what this young man could be. Or will have the opportunity to be here. Because, I wanted us to draft. I wanted him before Torrey Taylor. I never wanted Torrey Taylor, but dare I say, Torrey's got a couple of punts this year. That,
He's getting there.
Two. He got two moving in the right direction.
Respect on his name.
Two moving in the right direction. I don't know about respect yet. He's still a punter. If he's doing his job well, that means I don't have to worry about him.
Crazy work.
Yeah, how many times you remember saying a punter's name out here for the great punts that he put together?
Torrey Taylor number of times.
Who's your favorite punter in Bears history?
We're gonna go with Torrey Taylor. That's what we're gonna go.
No. Outside of Torrey. Name me another punter. that was a good pull. I'm not gonna lie.
Paul Edinger. That's right. Don't try to trip me up with my punter knowledge. I know a few guys. That
was a good pull. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not expecting you to come with the Paul Edinger.
That's right. You put some respect on this punter's name.
Oh, God.
That's all right. That's all right.
Paul Edinger is great. Here come my dad in here, Bobby Joe Green. Yeah, I would have thought Brad Maynard. He was the one here for like...
Is he friends with Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Yeah. Him and Bang Bang Shabansky used to go out to the bar together and do dip in old styles back in the old Chicago Stadium.
Oh my God. No, but to your point though, I understand Booker. For me, I feel like I have not closed the book on Booker. Closed the book on him yet because I feel like he hasn't gotten enough of a chance. And maybe you're right. You're probably right when it comes to this particular coach and how he wants his build of his defensive linemen. It doesn't match up with how Austin Booker looks as of this point. I do believe that Austin Booker is a very hardworking player. I'm pretty sure in the offseason he's going to put in the work to add more muscle to his frame. But, because of the fact that you have all of these guys who have not really proven themselves yet on this line, that's why I see the window, as you mentioned, possibly for Austin Booker to come back and prove himself and potentially maybe take the place of one of these guys, maybe a Dangbo. So if he does kind of show flashes or happens to come out the gate hot and gets a few sacks here and there, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, he's already our best sack producer because the best guy, I guess, as of right now after the last game is now Javon Dexter, I believe, who had 1.5 sacks the previous game.
1.5 sacks. Dom Rob is Dom Rob too now?
Dom, see, that's what I'm saying.
It's like a sack and a half on the season.
That is insane if that is our sack leader. And so that's where I see the window and the door open for a person like Austin Booker to come in and say, you know what, I'm gonna take every opportunity that I can, even if you give me 40% of the snaps. I'm gonna make sure I utilize and take advantage of that 40% and show you something, so I can stay on this field. So we'll see.
Sack and a half for Dominique Robinson. I think you are correct in Javon Dexter. Javon Dexter came out of that game. Actually, a really good game for Javon Dexter.
Yeah, it was a sneaky good game for him.
Versus Jaden Davis. Sack and a half in that game.
Yeah.
Very good from the interior. 2.5 sacks on the season so far. I believe Montez has one.
Yeah, Montez has got one. Dio's got one, I think.
Dio's got one, yeah. Well, does Dio only have one? Didn't Dio have a sack and a half in that first game?
Did he?
Dio has 1 sack. Yeah, 1 sack on the season. Yeah.
There you go. We need more sacks. Yeah, that's gotta get that line for us when it comes to that department. So
that doesn't have me jumping like Jordan. I'll tell you what.
No.
I'm not a fan. There you go. Right?
Yeah, no, that deserves that face. Yeah.
Although I will say that face, you can't tell. Up 30, down 30, you never know.
You never know.
Listen, I would love to have Austin Booker prove himself in this lineup, and I think he's somebody that I do think he has talent. I just don't think he's going to get the opportunity to show that skill set here. Dennis Allen did say he values power over pounds. So if Austin Booker comes out and that long arm is working and he's getting to the quarterback and he's dominating, then I'll be very excited to see what he's going to be able to be. But I just don't think that opportunity is going to come for him, especially with Dominique Robinson there, especially like guys that fit this system. Dio Adangbo, Montez Sweat. I mean, I'm not saying it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's what you have right now, and this is the team you're going to war with, which maybe is the reason that you go out and get a Tyree Wilson. Going back to the conversation that we had there, you know what I mean? Like maybe that is the reason you go get a guy who again fits the scheme, fits the system. So we'll see what ends up happening. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. JC, let's finish it out with this.
Oh yeah,
that's right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our 3 keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the New Orleans Saints. Key number 1, show up. No, I'm joking. Play. You can't just say that. Listen, this is not a team that's going to have like a good day and then maybe they show you some. We talked about it this week. There's a well-coached team in the Saints. There's a team that gives their all, that goes out there, and I say, as far as trap games go, if you want to say this is a trap game, is one of the more dangerous teams that you're going to have to play this season that could sneak up on you. Jordan, JC, what is your 3rd key to a Chicago Bears victory over the New Orleans Saints here at home at Soldier Field at finally noon on Sunday? I'm tired.
Yeah, my goodness. Thank you for a 12 o'clock game. 3rd key. My 3rd and 1st key will be
3rd and 1st.
This 3rd and 1st mentioned key.
3-1. We're doing it 3-1. Key number 3. I said what I said.
That's right. Will be the fact that you need to take advantage of their rush defense. They're actually giving up 114 yards per game. That's in the middle of the pack when it comes to team rankings in the league. And you just came off of a game where you really found something with your rush attack in DeAndre Swift, and credit to the offensive line really kind of coming together and opening up a lot of gaps and a lot of holes and using different schemes to really take advantage of his skill set. And so I see getting some more home cooking, getting a little bit more comfortable with the run game. I see DeAndre Swift following up this game, maybe not having the necessarily the same type of production where you got the total yards, I believe was like over 160 total yards.
Total all-purpose. 167, I think, total all-purpose.
Yeah, so I mean, if you can get something close to that with his rushes and also with his passing out of the backfield, his catching ability out of the backfield, that's where I want to see us take advantage of this defense, because there's a couple of players that are banged up also on their defense that you, again, can utilize or take advantage of. And so run game needs to be on point again.
Yeah, listen, I think that's going to be incredibly valuable. That's a little higher on my list. For me, my 3rd key does have to do with the run, but I think yet again, the run defense, we saw a vast improvement. I mean, if we're being honest, and maybe it's one of the more under talked about things from that Washington Commodores game. It was easy like a Sunday morning. Yeah.
I love that.
It was not easy like a Sunday morning. I was stressed like it was Saturday night, and I knew I had school the next day.
I hated that.
Yeah. Well,
Hated that.
Sunday school meant you were in trouble, so that was a whole different thing.
You had a lot of
come
detention,
in on a Sunday, and you got
a lot of discipline reports.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Back in the
You
day.
shut your mouth. Overall, though, 124 rushing yards, vast improvement from the 267 that you gave up over the Oakland or Vegas Raiders. I'm never get Oakland out of my brain. The Vegas Raiders.
It should be Oakland too.
And really shut down a young man who was coming into that game statistically as arguably the best running back in football over the last couple of games. Lil Bill, 17 carries, 6.1 yards per carry, 3.6 yards average. Jaden Daniels really carried the running game for that team. I don't expect Spencer Rattler to be able to do that. I think that he is not, of course, he's a mobile quarterback. He's somebody that can move. But I think that the difference in Montez Sweat getting overrunning Jaden Daniels is not going to be Spencer Rattler. You know what I mean? So, I think that this is a run defense that really showed you something. I think you got a really good game plan there. And if your game plan becomes, hey, Spencer, throw the football, that's best case scenario for the Chicago Bears. Now, you got to stop him. I can't sit here and say that he can't get hot and start to move that ball down the field, but am I going to tell you that it's my expectation for him? No, and a lot of their passes have been kind of those dink and dunk passes. He went 20 for 26 versus the New England Patriots, 227 yards, had a pretty good quarterback rating, but most of those passes didn't have much of an effect on what that defense was doing in the second half.
Yeah. Very good. My second key to a Bears victory over the New Orleans Saints is going to be red zone efficiency. Personally, we have not been very good in that area of the field, and we have been there a number of times over the past couple of games where we could have easily blown out the teams that we were in close games with, dating back to the Raiders game, where we turned the ball over, or rather we got the turnover. I believe we got about 3 in the first half, 2 in the first quarter, and we were 20 to 30 yards away from the end zone each and every time and came out with field goal after field goal. And I believe there was one where we turned the ball over again back to the team. And so we have to really clean up that area of the field where you should be able to try and get more points on the board. That's where I think we'll see the evolving of this offense, and the next step or the next level of what this offense could be is if we really hone in on that red zone efficiency, get that better, utilize our tight ends more. Colston and Cole Kmet, I think, obviously are going to be better targeted in that area of the field. You need to utilize them more as you did in the first couple of games. And that's where I see us maybe trying to get better in this game is our red zone efficiency and putting this team away quicker.
Yeah, listen, I would love that. I think that I said this week, right? It's been the difference between kicking your feet up in the fourth quarter and having back-to-back 25-24 victories where, we got a little swampy towards the end of both of those games. So have your dude wipes ready and just on standby just in case, because don't know if we're there as of yet. No, my second key to a Chicago Bears victory, and I think this is going to be a massive one for the Bears this season, and it has been in just about every game, and it goes to the red zone efficiency. The turnovers have to remain. Spencer Rattler has been fairly efficient this season, touchdown to interception ratio. Looking at 2025 right now, he's got 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. Have not forced a lot of turnovers on this young man. He's played competently. But we saw last season when you can force him to start making some of those turnovers, the mistakes start to compound themselves a little bit more. And I think that's somewhere where, if you're if you want to get in the head of this young man very early, have those Tyreek Stevenson takeaways, have those right, the Kevin Byard, the Jaquan Brisker, you got the safety sleeping underneath, and then all of a sudden he's going the other way off of the interception. Have the Nashawn Wright, big fumble recovery, like whatever you want to say. Like, you force those turnovers, it's going to put them in a very, very disadvantageous situation, and one that they're going to struggle to overcome. And they have struggled to overcome, just regular play. Like, I think this is not an issue for this team of the coaches that they have, at least how it feels early on. I think it's an issue of, listen, you're not getting the most out of your talent. Alvin Kamara has not run the football well. Don't let him start doing that versus you. 10 carries for 31 yards in the last game. It's kind of been running back by committee. And Spencer Rattler has run the football some. So I think if you force that turnover, you can break him down pretty quickly to where, very similar to Geno Smith, the mistakes start to compound upon themselves.
Yeah, and that's part of also leading to, a Bears blowout where, you put pressure on him, even to the point of where how it even looked in the very first week of the season where, we had J.J. McCarthy on his heels for 3 quarters. I look at that as maybe a similar type of game for this type of player. Spencer Rattler has been efficient. I'm looking at his stats over the course of the season. He's had some really good quarterback ratings. And so he is someone who can play pretty well when given a clean pocket, but that's where you need to kind of do your business, is making sure that he doesn't get comfortable, because you can blow this team out potentially. That kind of goes into my first key to a Bears victory over
Number one.
Okay. You didn't even do that without the soundboard. All right. A little deep voice.
Yeah, my voice can get deep. I'm a
key.
man. I'm 30.
I'm 30.
Come after me.
Don't come for me. Number one key is going to be when the play is there to be made, make it. And what I'm more so talking about, based off of last game, you had a couple of opportunities to put more points on the board. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of opportunities during this game where there could be some easy points to be had. You had a drop pass from Olamide Zaccheaus across the middle where it seemingly looked as if he had a lot of daylight in the last game, and he just completely dropped it. He just didn't pay attention. The
that
ball
might have
was
been
right
a house
there.
call. I'm not gonna lie. Watching that on the other, the safety was there, so he might have called him. But if watching, it's like,
but it looked as if he was going the opposite direction.
Yeah, he had the numbers, but
I don't know if
OZ got that. That would have been a long run. He probably would have slowed down.
A very long game. Yeah, and then of course you got the controversial touchdown that was taken back out of Rome Odunze's hands, where we again saw what we saw. Theo Benedict didn't seem to be lined up that far outside of the line. They even panned and replayed it. And so I say all that to say, you have to control what you can control sometimes. And unfortunately, the ref kind of took the game out of our hands a few times, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But do not compound. Don't add on to that by causing your own penalties. And that's where I think we need to clean it up, because that's, again, the next evolvement of this team. Ben Johnson said as much in his celebration speech, that, hey, you know what? What did he say? He said, let me tell you something. If we get rid of these penalties, you know where we're going, or something like that. It's to the moon if we can clean up these penalties, basically. And so this is the type of game where you can kind of get that right. Eliminate the penalties. Obviously catch the balls when they need to be caught. On the offensive side of things. And again, blow this team out. Do not take advantage. Do not take this team lightly.
No,
to get the points when it's there for you.
Yeah, and I think my number one key, it goes back to your run game commentary, but it is very similar to what you were just saying about taking advantage of what's there. I thought we saw a pretty efficient day on the offensive line, one of the more efficient days on the offensive line, as far as the penalty calls in a game where flags were everywhere. The offensive line was not our biggest issue penalty-wise. The one call that we all hate, because clearly it wasn't the wrong call, or it wasn't the right call.
Yeah.
Theo was fine. There's nothing to coach
Was it
up
a
there.
legal
Keep
formation?
doing what you were doing. Yeah, and Ben Johnson talked about that yesterday and basically said, they had warned him that this could be something, and if you do it again, they're going to call it. They call it in that moment. Now, the teaching moment there in my mind would be, yo, Theo, if they're warning you about this, be conscious about this, that they're going to call it. This is why you have the pregame meetings where they tell you everything about the referees. They tell you their names. They tell you what they like. They tell you their personalities. They tell you how they're calling penalties. And if they warn you about something, they will call it. I would expect that the Packers probably have a little bit easier time this week because it's not going to be a young player who has a tough time adjusting. It's going to be a veteran guy that's in there that kind of can go, okay, this is something I've been warned about. Bet I'll adjust my game based off of what I've been warned about. So I'll bet you the penalties are much less this week because that referee crew is doing the Packers game this week. But the big thing for me is being decisive, being on time, and taking the plays that are given to you. And I'm talking to DeAndre Swift. I would love to be sitting here this week and have back-to-back weeks of DeAndre Swift where I got to go, listen, he earning his money. I wouldn't have paid it to him, but he earning his money.
That's an $8 million running back right
I
there.
won't say that. But I will say he's earning his money. And listen, you earned your chicken this week.
Yeah.
One of the few weeks we've seen you do it. I want to be wrong. I want to be the guy who's on the other side sitting there going, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I would love to have DeAndre Swift come back on this team at a much cheaper price. Like, I'd love to be that guy. But you haven't given me those reasons consistently. So I love the fact that you had this game. Give me another one. You give me a second game of that now, maybe we up to 2.5.
Another one.
And I do think that there's a little bit of a difference, like we talked about yesterday, with what Ben Johnson has really figured out. So we'll see what ends up happening in the long run. Hopefully, this is a game where the Bears do find a way to win. And I'm pretty confident in this Bears team coming and being prepared because Ben Johnson is a demon. Take that deep breath.
A little nuts.
He's there's the hat. Never let it rest.
Just ravenous.
It is. It's just ravenous. My favorite thing to do is to go back and watch old Matt Eberflus ones now. The few games he won, just quarterbacks. Love that. Crusher, where you at? Crusher.
Oh my God.
Crusher. Yep. Hey,
it's night
this is what you do. It's how you stick together.
Night and day.
This is how you love each other. And
you look at the man beside you.
You got
you
each
give
other.
him a hug. All right, whatever, man. Get out of here.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show. Love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know your keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the New Orleans Saints. Be down in the comments talking with you guys as well. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's the wrong coach. I've destroyed Brian Burns. God. How do you feel?
I don't like that.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
That's right. That's our coach. What's your